How would it feel, friends, if you clear your real estate exam on your very first attempt? Everyone wants that, right? For this, friends, you'll need to practice and work smart. Where will you practice from? Friends, this video contains original, authentic content. If you practice with this content and the other videos on this channel, you can clear your exams on your first attempt. Please subscribe to the channel, and after watching this video, check out the other videos too, so you know what kind of questions are asked in the exams and how to answer them. All right, friends, let's get started with this video. Question number 1. A homeowner grants a utility company the permanent right to install and maintain underground electrical lines across the property. The right benefits the utility company rather than a neighboring property. Which type of easement has been created? A. Easement in gross. B. Easement upper tenant. C. License. D. Profit apprend. Correct answer, A. Easement in gross. An easement in gross benefits a person or company rather than another parcel of land. Question number 2. A buyer purchases a commercial property for $960,000 and makes a 25% down payment. How much will the lender finance? A. $700,000, B. $750,000, C. $720,000, D. $690,000. Correct answer, C. $720,000. The lender finances 75% of the purchase price after the buyer's down payment. Question number 3. A landlord agrees to lease retail space where the tenant pays a fixed monthly rent plus increases in operating expenses above those incurred during the first lease year. Which type of lease is this? A. Gross lease. B. Triple net lease. C. Percentage lease. D. Modified gross lease. Correct answer, D. Wine. Modified gross lease. A. Modified gross lease requires the tenant to share specified operating expenses with the landlord. Question number 4. A property owner hires a broker to manage rental homes, collect rents, arrange repairs, and supervise maintenance throughout the year. Which type of agency relationship exists? A. Universal agency. B. General agency. C. Special agency. D. Designated agency. Correct answer, B. General agency. A. General agent has continuing authority to perform ongoing duties for the principal. Question number 5. A. Nationally recognized supermarket leases space in a shopping center, attracting additional businesses because it generates heavy customer traffic. This supermarket is best described as A. Junior tenant. B. Percentage tenant. C. Anchor tenant. D. Outparcel tenant. Correct answer, C. Main tenant. Anchor tenants attract customers who increase business for surrounding stores. Question number 6. A city installs decorative sidewalks and streetlights in one neighborhood, charging only the nearby property owners who directly benefit from the improvements. This charge is known as A. Special assessment, B. Property tax, C. Transfer tax, D. Capital gain. Correct answer, A. Special assessment. Special assessments finance public improvements benefiting specific properties rather than the entire community. Question number 7. Before closing on a commercial office building, a buyer orders an ALTA survey to identify boundary lines, easements, and possible encroachments. What is the primary purpose of this survey? A. Estimate market value. B. Calculate annual property taxes. C. Determine replacement cost. Verify property boundaries and title-related matters. Correct answer, D. Verify property boundaries and title-related matters. ALTS surveys identify boundaries, easements, improvements, and encroachments affecting commercial properties. Question number 8. A commercial property produces an annual net operating income UNOE of $640,000, and similar properties sell at an 8% capitalization rate. What is the estimated market value? A. $7,600,000, B. $8 million, C. $7,800,000, D. $8,200,000. Correct answer, B. $8 million. Divide the property's NOI by the capitalization rate to estimate market value. Question number 9. Homes in a subdivision have similar sizes, designs, and quality, helping maintain consistent market values throughout the neighborhood. Which appraisal principle best explains this situation? A. Conformity. B. Progression. C. Regression. Competition. Correct answer, A. Conformity. Conformity states that similar neighboring properties help maximize and stabilize market values. Question number 10. A lender compares a property's annual net operating income with its annual mortgage payments before approving a commercial loan. Which financial ratio is being calculated? Gross rent multiplier, GRM. B. Loan-to-value ratio, LTV. C. Debt service coverage ratio, DSCR. D. Debt-to-income ratio, DTI. Correct answer, C. Debt service coverage ratio, DSCR. DSCR measures whether a property's income can adequately cover its annual debt payments. Question number 11. A seller accepts a buyer's written offer to purchase a home, and both parties are now legally obligated to perform under the agreement. What type of contract has been created? A. Unilateral contract. B. Bilateral contract. C. Executed contract. D. Void contract. Correct answer, B. Bilateral contract. A. Bilateral contract is formed when both parties exchange legally enforceable promises. Question number 12. A buyer purchases a home for $540,000 and obtains a loan covering 80% of the purchase price. How much is the buyer's down payment? A. $108,000, B. $120,000, C. $98,000, D. $102,000. Correct answer, A. $108,000. A 20% down payment on $540,000 equals $108,000. Question number 13. A property owner allows a neighbor to park in the driveway until a nearby parking lot reopens. The owner may revoke the permission at any time. This arrangement is best described as A. Easement appurtenant, B. Easement in gross, C. License, D. Leasehold estate. Correct answer, C. License A. License is temporary permission to use property and is generally revocable. Question number 14. A homeowner needs temporary financing to purchase a new residence before selling the current home. Which type of loan would most likely meet this need? A. Reverse mortgage. B. Bridge loan. C. Blanket loan. D. Construction loan. Correct answer, B. Bridge loan. A bridge loan provides short-term financing until the existing property is sold. Question number 15. A seller transfers ownership using a deed that guarantees title only against defects that occurred while the seller owned the property. Which deed is being used? General warranty deed, B. Quitclaim deed, C. Bargain and sale deed, D. Special warranty deed. Correct answer, D. Special warranty deed. A special warranty deed protects only against title defects arising during the grantor's ownership. Question number 16. A deed is properly recorded in the county's public records, making everyone legally responsible for knowing it exists, even if they never actually read it. This is known as A. Constructive notice, B. Actual notice, C. Equitable notice, D. marketable title. Correct answer A, constructive notice. Proper recording gives constructive notice to all subsequent purchasers. Question number 17. A retail tenant agrees to pay a fixed monthly rent plus 5% of annual sales exceeding an agreed amount. Which type of lease is this? A, gross lease, B, triple net lease, C, percentage lease, D, ground lease. Correct answer C minus. Percentage lease combines base rent with a percentage of business sales. Question number 18. A buyer purchases an office building for $1,200,000 and makes a 15% down payment. How much will the lender finance? A, $1,050,000, B, $1,020,000, C, $980,000, D, $1,080,000. Correct answer B, $1,020,000. The lender finances 85% of the purchase price after a 15% down payment. Question number 19. An appraiser determines that installing a luxury swimming pool increased a property's value by only $25,000, even though the owner spent $60,000 to build it. Which appraisal principle best explains this result? A, progression, B, contribution, C, competition, D, conformity. Correct answer B, contribution measures how much an improvement actually adds to market value. Question number 20. A homeowner owns property bordering a flowing river and enjoys certain legal rights associated with the water. These rights are known as A, littoral rights, B, surface rights, C, mineral rights, D, riparian rights. Correct answer D, riparian rights. Riparian rights apply to properties bordering rivers and streams. Question number 21. A buyer submits an offer with an $8,000 earnest money deposit to demonstrate a serious intention to purchase the property. If the transaction closes as planned, how is the earnest money typically handled? A, returned to the seller, B, applied toward the buyer's closing costs or purchase price, C, paid directly to the listing broker as commission, D, refunded regardless of the outcome. Correct answer. B, applied toward the buyer's closing costs or purchase price. Earnest money is normally credited to the buyer at closing unless the contract provides otherwise. Question number 22. A homeowner sells a property for $620,000 and agrees to pay a 5.5% brokerage commission. What is the total commission? A, $34,100, B, $35,200, C, $33,500, $36,400. Correct answer, A, $34,100. Multiply the sales price by 5.5% to determine the brokerage commission. Question number 23. A broker advertises that homes in a neighborhood are becoming more valuable because families of a particular background are moving into the area. This practice is most likely a violation of A, RESPA, B, Truth in Lending Act, C, Sherman Antitrust Act, D, Fair Housing Act. Correct answer D, Fair Housing Act. Advertising that indicates a preference based on a protected class violates fair housing laws. Question number 24. A, property owner grants a neighboring landowner the permanent right to use a private driveway for access to a public road. This is an example of A, easement appurtenant, B, easement in gross, C, license, D, leasehold estate. Correct answer A, easement appurtenant. An easement appurtenant benefits another parcel of land rather than a specific individual. Question number 25. A buyer obtains a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage with equal monthly payments that gradually reduce both principal and interest over the life of the loan. This loan is A, adjustable rate mortgage, B, interest-only mortgage, C, fully amortized mortgage, D, reverse mortgage. Correct answer, C, Fully amortized mortgage. A. Fully amortized mortgage repays the entire principal and interest through equal periodic payments. Question number 26. A city changes a property's zoning from agricultural to commercial use, allowing shopping centers to be constructed. Which appraisal concept most directly explains the resulting increase in value? A. Change in highest and best use. B. Regression. C. Contribution. D. Progression. Correct answer A. Change in highest and best use. A. Change in permitted use may increase a property's highest and best use and market value. Question number 27. A tenant agrees to pay rent, property taxes, and building insurance, while the landlord remains responsible for maintenance and repairs. Which lease is this? A. Gross lease. B. Single net lease. C. Double net lease. D. Triple net lease. Correct answer C. Double net lease. A double net lease requires the tenant to pay rent, taxes, and insurance. Question number 28. A homeowner refinances an existing mortgage to reduce the interest rate without significantly changing the loan balance or taking cash out. This transaction is known as A. Cash out refinance. B. Loan assumption. C. Blanket loan. D. Rate and term refinance. Correct answer D. Rate and term refinance. A rate and term refinance changes the loan terms without substantially increasing the loan amount. Question number 29. An appraiser estimates the cost of constructing a building with the same usefulness as the existing structure using modern materials and current construction methods. This cost is called A. Replacement cost. B. Reproduction cost. C. Market value. D. Depreciated cost. Correct answer A. Replacement cost. Replacement cost estimates the cost of constructing a building with equivalent utility using modern materials. Question number 30. A commercial investor compares a property's net operating income with its current market value to evaluate the expected rate of return. Which financial measurement is being calculated? A. Gross rent multiplier. B. Debt service coverage ratio. C. Loan to value ratio. D. Capitalization rate. Correct answer D. Finish. Capitalization rate measures the relationship between a property's income and its market value. Question number 31. A buyer enters into a contract to purchase a vacant lot. Before closing, the buyer sells all contractual rights to another purchaser with the seller's approval. This transfer of contractual rights is known as A. Novation. B. Assignment. C. Option D. Rescission. Correct answer B. Assignment. An assignment transfers contractual rights from one party to another unless prohibited by the contract. Question number 32. A homeowner purchases a property for $480,000 and obtains a mortgage for 90% of the purchase price. What is the buyer's down payment? A. $52,000. B. $50,000. C. $48,000. D. $45,000. Correct answer C. $48,000. A 10% down payment on a $480,000 purchase price equals $48,000. Question number 33. A buyer receives ownership through a deed that provides the broadest protection against title defects, including those that occurred before the seller owned the property. Which deed was delivered? A. Quitclaim deed. B. Special warranty deed. C. Bargain and sale deed. D. General warranty deed. Correct answer D. General warranty deed. A general warranty deed provides the greatest protection against title defects. Question number 34. A homeowner replaces an old roof with premium materials costing $42,000, but the appraiser determines the home's value increased by only $30,000. Which appraisal principle best explains this difference? A. Contribution. B. Progression. C. Regression. Competition. Correct answer A, 48 here. Contribution measures how much an improvement adds to the property's market value. Question number 35. A landlord leases land to a tenant for 40 years, so the tenant can construct and own a commercial building during the lease term. Which lease is this? A, gross lease, B, ground lease, C, triple net lease, D, percentage lease. Correct answer B, ground lease. A, ground lease allows a tenant to lease land and typically construct improvements. Question number 36. A property owner sells a parcel bordering a large natural lake. The buyer receives legal rights associated with the water bordering the property. These rights are known as A, riparian rights, B, surface rights, C, mineral rights, D, littoral rights. Correct answer D, littoral rights. Littoral rights apply to properties bordering lakes, seas, and oceans. Question number 37. A lender requires a borrower to make monthly payments for property taxes and homeowners insurance, along with the mortgage payment. These funds are placed into A, reserve fund, B, escrow account, C, trust deed, D, sinking fund. Correct answer B, escrow account. An escrow account collects funds to pay taxes and insurance when they become due. Question number 38. A commercial property generates an annual net operating income of $450,000 and is valued at $6 million. What is the property's capitalization rate? A, 6.5%, B, 8.0%, C, 7.5%, D, 9.0%. Correct answer, C, 7.5%. Divide NOI by market value, $450,000 divided the $6 million, equal sign 7.5%. Question number 39. A broker receives a written purchase offer on Monday morning, but intentionally waits 2 days before presenting it because another buyer may submit a higher offer. Which fiduciary duty is the broker most likely violating? A, confidentiality, B, accounting, C, loyalty. Obedience. Correct answer C. Loyalty brokers should promptly present offers while acting in their client's best interests. Question number 40. A subdivision developer prepares a detailed map showing streets, utility easements, lot dimensions, and public areas before recording the new subdivision. This map is commonly known as A, survey benchmark, B, metas and bounds description, C, abstract of title, D, plat. Correct answer D, plat A. Plat is a recorded map showing lots, streets, easements, and other subdivision details. Question number 41. A, buyer purchases a home subject to an existing mortgage and agrees to become personally responsible for repaying the remaining loan balance. This transaction is known as A, novation, B, loan assumption, C, refinance, D, subordination. Correct answer, B, loan assumption. A, loan assumption, transfers responsibility for the existing mortgage to the buyer when permitted. Question number 42. A homeowner sells a property for $725,000 and agrees to pay a 4% brokerage commission. What is the total commission? A, $28,000, B, $30,000, C, $29,000, $31,500. Correct answer C, $29,000. Multiply the sales price by 4% to determine the brokerage commission. Question number 43. A property owner grants another person the right to enter the land and remove gravel for 5 years under a written agreement. Which property right has been granted? A, easement appurtenant, B, easement in gross, C, license, D, profit. Apprendre. Correct answer, D minus, profit apprendre. A profit apprendre allows someone to enter land and remove natural resources. Question number 44. A homeowner discovers after closing that a neighbor's fence extends 3 feet onto the property. Which professional should the owner contact first to accurately determine the legal boundary? A licensed surveyor, B, appraiser, C, building inspector, mortgage lender. Correct answer, A, licensed surveyor. A licensed surveyor determines legal property boundaries and identifies encroachments. Question number 45. A buyer receives a deed transferring whatever ownership interest the seller may have without providing any warranties of title. Which deed was delivered? General warranty deed, B, bargain and sale deed, C, quitclaim deed, D, special warranty deed. Correct answer, C, quitclaim deed. A, quitclaim deed transfers any interest the grantor has without title warranties. Question number 46. A property owner dies without leaving a valid will. According to state law, the property will generally transfer through A, probate under intestate succession, B, adverse possession, C, eminent domain, D, escheat. Correct answer A, probate under intestate succession. Intestate succession laws determine how property passes when no valid will exists. Question number 47. A lender approves a loan only after confirming the property's value through an independent appraisal. The appraisal primarily protects A, the seller, B, the listing broker, C, the lender, D, the home inspector. Correct answer, C, the lender. The lender relies on the appraisal to ensure the property adequately secures the loan. Question number 48. A buyer purchases a home for $360,000 and makes a 5% down payment. How much will the lender finance? A, $340,000, B, $345,000, C, $350,000, D, $342,000. Correct answer, B, $342,000. The lender finances 95% of the purchase price after the buyer's down payment. Question number 49. A city acquires privately owned land to construct a new public highway and pays the owner fair compensation for the property. This governmental power is known as A, police power, B, taxation, C, escheat, D, eminent domain. Correct answer, D, eminent domain. Eminent domain allows the government to take private property for public use with just compensation. Question number 50. A real estate broker receives an earnest money deposit from a buyer. According to most state license laws, where should the broker generally place the funds until closing or lawful disbursement? A, personal checking account, B, brokerage operating account, C, trust escrow account, D, commission account. Correct answer, C, trust escrow account. Earnest money should generally be deposited into a properly maintained trust or escrow account. Hopefully you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do give it a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, take a moment to check out the other videos on the channel and be sure to turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thank you so much everyone for watching.